Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Well, I've just had a call from a trader friend of mine who's offered me a car which has piqued my interest. It's a 2012 BMW X5 3-litre diesel M Sport in carbon black, which is one of my favourite colours. And I've paid just £5,500 for it, so it seems quite cheap. This is what's known as an E70. Now the E70 ran from 2006 until 2013, and it's the second generation X5. I've always liked these. I've always liked the X5 in general, ever since the E53 came out back in 1999, 2000. I've mentioned my love for X5s in many videos, so I won't bore you again, but they are one of my favourite cars. This particular one is a 3-litre diesel, which is a great engine. It's done 125,000 miles, which isn't too high really for a 2012 car, and it looks like it's in good condition, so I'm quite excited to go and collect it. I had a quick look on Auto Trader and I think this will retail for about £8,000, so there should be a fairly decent profit margin. If I pay £5,500, it'll no doubt want at least £500 spending on it. I'll have to do a service, an MOT and whatever else it needs, but there still should be maybe £1,500 profit. So I think, famous last words, but I think it should be worth the effort. As always, I checked it out on Car Vertical and it was all clear, so it's never been stolen, written off, no outstanding finance on it, none of that stuff. So we're all good to go. I'm heading to the garage now to get a lift from one of my colleagues to go and collect it, so I'll see exactly what it's like very soon. I'm hoping desperately that it's all in good order and it isn't a complete dog. If it needs thousands of pounds spent on it, then my profit margin is going to go out the window, isn't it? Hopefully that isn't the case. Hopefully it's all right. Anyway, I better go and collect it, hadn't I? Next time you see me then, it will be driving my E70 X5. I'll see you in a bit. Well, we're in my new to me 2012 BMW X5 and I'm quite impressed. It's quite a good spec this. So let me talk you through it. We've got sat nav, we've got reverse camera, we've got heated seats, we've got head-up display, we've got a double pan roof. What else? We've got air conditioning that works, so that's good. And yeah, it's in quite good condition really. It's not without its issues though, before I get carried away. It needs a full service. I'm going to service the gearbox because I had a look through the service history and there's no record of that being done. And it's done 125,000 miles, so I'll do that. It needs a very good clean. It's quite, well, it looks like it hasn't had a good clean for a good year or so, so I'll have to get a full valet done. It's also a little bit loose and knocky over bumps, so I suspect I'm going to have to replace some suspension arms or bushes or something. But apart from that, it still feels quite sharp really, quite responsive. The gearbox is changing fine, it's quite smooth, it pulls well. They did different versions of this 3-litre diesel. So they did one with a twin turbo, I think they did a triple turbo as well, but this is just the base model. So the standard, I think it's a twin scroll actually, but anyway, it is the basic 3-litre D, which I think on the bright side is probably the most reliable. The ride is a little bit firm as you'd expect on an M Sport X5. You can feel all the bumps, but still, I quite like it. It's also pulling ever so slightly to the right, so I'm going to have to get it tracked up and sort the wheel alignments out. But yeah, everything else works perfectly well. We've got folding mirrors, all my windows work, like I say, air conditioning works, we've got cruise control. So I think this was well worth £5,500, I think. I'm just slightly concerned because I know the costs will run away with themselves. So for example, the full service is going to cost me £350, suspension arms and stuff, maybe another £300, £400, £500. A gearbox service, at least £250. So before you know it, we'll have spent a four-figure sum. But still, I'm still convinced there's a little bit of profit in this. Bodywork wise though, that's nearly wasn't very good, was it? What I was going to say was bodywork wise, it's very good. It's all very tidy. I don't think it needs a buff, but it's hard to tell in this weather. It's lashing down with rain, but it looks quite bright and shiny. It's currently going through a plate change. I haven't actually got any plates on at the moment, so I'll stuck my trade plates in the window, so we're all legal. But I will need to get some plates made up for it. Yeah, well, I'm quite impressed. I think I'll park up in my usual spot, then I'll give you a full tour. Brakes are good, which is good because we nearly went flying into a BMW X4. They do drive well, these. They pull really well. Right, well, here will do then. It's quite a miserable day today. It's done nothing but rain. Surprisingly, you know, as well, we've only got one warning light on. Well, two now actually, but one's my seatbelt. The other is low fuel, but no engine light on. Nothing like that, so I'm quite impressed. Although that doesn't tell the full story. So what we're going to do next is plug in my little Carly OBD reader. And these are really good. It's really easy to use. All you do is open the door to the little OBD, and pop her in. You should feel it clip into the housing. Then we fire up the Carly app and connect to it via Bluetooth. This will tell us exactly what's going on with this car under the surface. It's a really clever tool, this, because what it'll do is it'll diagnose any issues, it'll do a full scan of the vehicle, but also it's quite handy when buying a used car because it'll check that the mileage is genuine. It'll check that it hasn't been tampered with. In addition to that, you can also code various features, so you can kind of customize your car. You can actually use this scanner and a free version of the app with basically any car that's got an OBD2 port. It'll let you run a basic scan and it'll let you check some standard fault codes. However, if you want the full version, then that does need to be unlocked, and that does require a yearly subscription. I think it's well worth it though, to be honest. I use it all the time. And if you want 15% off, then don't forget to use my promo code. All you need to do is click the link below in the video description and use my promo code HIGHPEAK, that's HIGHPEAK all one word, HIGHPEAK, for 15% off. Let's run a full scan on this then and see if it's hiding anything from me. See if I've bought a lemon or not. So right, the car is currently being checked, and it might take a couple of minutes. Wish me luck. Oh, 18 issues found. That's not good, is it? It ranks these then from green to yellow to amber. We've got an amber one here for dynamic stability control, so we'll clear that, the DSC. We've got no lights on the dash though, so I'm not too concerned. A lot of these fault codes, by the way, could be historical as well. What's good about this as well is I've cleared the fault codes, but you can set a reminder. So remind me in 3 days. Remind me in 3 days, there we go. So there's an issue here with the power management and the communication system, right, so we'll check this. This poor car is crying out for fuel though, we're on fumes. I've got 14 miles range and that's it. Got quite a nice chunky M Sport steering wheel, quite like that. It's an awful lot of car this for 5.5 grand, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I'll go through this and clear all the fault codes and then we'll run around in it and we'll keep our eye on it. Let's take a look at the coding options then, because for example, you can do things like disable the seatbelt warning chime, you can adjust the lights. On some cars as well, you can get the needles to do like a sweep, which I think is quite cool. I know that's sad, but I think it's quite cool. You can actually unlock quite a lot of features with this. So you can do things like comfort start, comfort eject, power windows after ignition. Okay, well, easy entry. I think that's where it slides the seat back every time you turn the car off, which is handy if you're an American. Seatbelt, let's see what this can do then. Can we turn off my seatbelt warning chime? That'd be handy. Okay, seatbelt warning. Yes, there we go. Job done. Ah, you can put the turn signals in the head-up display. Let's try that then. Turn that on, code, agreed. There we go. Simple as that. Well, that's quite clever. So yeah, that is the Carly OBD scanner. So like I say, click the link below in the video description if you'd like to get my 15% off. Right, so let me show you around this X5 then, because it's quite nice. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Right, then let me give you the full tour. See what I mean about it being very dirty everywhere? It just wants a good old clean, really. Loads of dust in the vents. Everything's a little bit grubby, but we can clean it up. I mean, the leather seats are in decent condition. A little bit of wear there on the bolster, but not too bad. Nothing on this upright part. Just wants a good old vac out, really. Close my OBD port there. What have we got here? Walking guide to Haworth. Very good. The back seats look like they've never been sat in. It's missing its mats, and again it needs a vacuum out, but quite a clean car really. And yeah, look at the colour. It's the best colour, this. So it's called Carbon Black, which is like a very, very dark blue. And I think it looks really cool. It's always been one of my favourite BMW colours actually. It's got these nice M Sport wheels, like diamond cut style, which they're not in bad condition actually. There's a few marks, but nothing major. The tyres are good. We've got a Bridgestone on the front on about 3 mil, so that's all right. It's the 3 litre diesel X drive. I think that mirror cap there wants painting. In fact, that looks like it's been replaced at some point with one off a different colour car. It's definitely sort of blue under that. That wants painting then, we'll do that. Run this down to Jimmy. I think it'll look better by the time I've fitted some plates as well. Got the nice xenon lights with the headlamp wash. They just look really good, these, don't they? I mean, considering this car came out in 2006, I think it still looks really cool. Now down this side, again, a little bit of wear on the wheel, but not too bad. We've got a matching Bridgestone on about 3 mil of tread, maybe 3.5. And it's hard to tell in the wet, but the bodywork does look quite good. Now down here, there's no damage to the sill or anything. That's all good. No dents. Panel gaps are all good. from what I can see. A little bit of damage to this rear wheel, but again, not too bad. And it's done 125,000 miles, so I don't want to go mad with it. Tyre-wise, we're on an Infinity Eco Max, which isn't great, but it's on about 6mm of tread. A little bit of a scuff there to that wheel arch. That one's painting, really. You could just do that bit though, couldn't you, I think? So that won't be dear. The lights are good, they're not all smashed or cracked or chipped. I'm quite happy with this. Have we got a matching Infinity Eco Max? Oh yeah, we certainly do. So we've got matching tyres front and rear. Brake discs look like brand new, so that's good. What about on the fronts? The fronts are okay as well, they're not rusty. Yeah, I'm quite impressed. Now, they did this as a 5-seat or 7-seat car. This is only the 5-seat. 7 seats are quite good, and they're handy if you've got a couple of extra kids or whatever. I've got the parcel shelf here. Some, looks like fish and chip wrapper paper there. We've got an original BMW load liner in the boot, which is always a good sign. Warning triangles and whatnot. AA there. AA bag. It's just wants a good clean, really, doesn't it? If I'm still doing this on my driveway, if you spent a Sunday doing this, I think you'd be all right. We've got a power tailgate as well. So what do I need to do to this then? Full service, full engine service, a gearbox service, get my mechanic to check it over and check everything's all right, give it a good clean, paint the mirror cap and that little bit of trim around the passenger side rear quarter. And then, ladies and gents, I think we've got quite a decent example. So if I can spend maybe, what does it owe me? £5.5 right now. Let me give myself a healthy budget of £12.50. So £1,250 budget. That would then mean the car would owe me £6,750. And then I think I could probably sell it for £7,750. So there'd be £1,000 profit left. So I think that's all right. It's not to be sniffed at, is it? Just hope they don't find anything else. Oh, I need to sort the suspension out as well. There are a few little knocks and stuff when you go over bumps from the front, so hopefully it's just a, I don't know, track rod end or something. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, leave this with me for a few days, and I'll have an update for you very soon. See you in a bit. And we're back in my cheap BMW X5, which is now fully sorted and ready for sale. You probably won't be surprised to hear this, but I have massively overspent on this. It's an all too familiar story, isn't it? So after we last spoke, I took this down to my mechanic and asked them to give it a full service, so full engine service, and a clean MOT. I also asked them to sort out the knock in suspension. That turned out to be two lower bottom arms or something? Bottom arms. Yeah, that was it. They were quite expensive. That job alone cost me £640. So quite a lot of money. This is the trouble with this kind of car, isn't it? Nothing's cheap. It had its full service and clean MOT there, also had the wipers replaced. Then from there, I took it to get the gearbox serviced. Now, I took it to an automatic gearbox specialist, which is what I'd always recommend. Either that or a specialist to its brand. Either, you know, BMW specialist, Mercedes specialist, whatever the case may be. They drained the old gearbox fluid out, changed the filter for a new one, and then put in new fluid. And now it's fully sorted. I mean, it was fine before, it was always smooth, but it'd done 120,000 miles, so you just never know. It's a bit of preventative maintenance, really. I always preach this, but when a car's done 80,000 miles, 100,000 miles, you should always change the gearbox fluid. It's one of those things that people often overlook. If you call the main dealer, they'll tell you it's sealed for life, which is nonsense. From there, then I got it back to work and fitted some reg plates to it. If you remember, it wasn't wearing any and it looked a bit odd. The previous owner had their private plate on it, so they took that off with them. So now it's back to its West of England 12 plates, which look pretty good, actually. Then I took it to Jimmy so he could paint the wing mirror cover, so that's all been done. And the final job, unless I've forgotten something, I don't think I am, the final job was to get it detailed. So I took it to Tameside Detailing for a full thorough valet, and it now looks as good as new. All those marks and stuff are gone, all the grubbiness is gone. And it now, well, you never know you're in a 13-year-old car. It's come up really good. Actually, sorry, I'm forgetting a job here. It's been a few weeks, so I took it to Quick Fit in Hyde, who did a 4-wheel alignment for me and sorted the tracking and, you know, all that sort of stuff out. So now it pulls in a straight line, and it's true. When I picked it up, Chris from Quick Fit told me it was quite badly out, so now they've adjusted it, and it's all sorted. That was another, I think, £60, but £60 well spent. What we're going to do next then is park up in my favourite little spot, somewhere scenic, and I'll talk you through my costs. But spoiler alert, they are substantial. I think at the start of this video I said, oh, I'll spend around £1,000 on it. Nope. That figure went right out the window, very easily and very early on. Still, I've prepared this car now to the best of my ability, and I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of profit left. Maybe not a fortune, but a little bit. I'd run around in this myself, you know. It drives really well. The ride's a bit firm, being an M Sport X5, but you kind of expect that. And of course, it's on run flat tyres. They always ruin the ride, don't they? Right, well, there's no need for these then, because the sun's gone in. And somebody's parked in my favourite spots. In a Renault Kadjar, which I'm not happy about. Anyway, right, so let me get my... Oof, didn't sound good, did it? Let me get my calculator out. I'm going to leave the engine running because my air conditioning is nice and cool. Okay, so this car started out life at £5,500. Then we've got, before I forget, the cost of Quick Fit, that was 60. The cost of my number plates were 15. The cost of the valet was 70. Then we've got the bills. So let's start off with the auto gearbox service. That was quite a reasonable £252. So carry out transmission service, replacing the sump pan, filter and fluid, 252. Then we've got the £640 and 12 pence for the suspension arms. Then we've got the cost of the full service and MOT and wipers. That was £330 and 90 pence. That's quite reasonable. Was there anything else? I should really make a list, shouldn't I? I just keep this all in my head, and then sometimes it can be weeks or months before I finish this video, and then I often forget. I think that's it though. Plates, valet, tracking. Oh, Jimmy to paint the wing mirror charged me £30. That takes my grand total on this cheap X5 to, bear in mind I paid just £5,500 for it, £6,898 and 2 pence. Not great, but I'm still fairly confident there's £1,000 profit in this. If I could sell it for maybe 7,795, it's going to leave me £900. I can claim the VAT back on some of the bills. It's not the end of the world, is it really? We've kept a car going for a bit longer, a 13-year-old car, which is now nice and serviced and ready for its next owner, and hopefully made £800 or £900 profit. Which isn't bad going, is it really? So overall, I'm quite pleased with that. It just shows you, doesn't it, if you don't do the work yourself, the costs can just run away with themselves so quickly. Anyway, on that note, thank you once again for watching. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done already. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. I'll leave the links below. And yeah, cheers guys. I'll see you next time.